Hey guys, to Jew22 here. I just wanted to make this a little update video in terms of my universe, my WWE universe. Anyways, what happened after the match between Mr. McMahon and Nufi Bonga? After Nufi Bonga had defeated Mr. McMahon was livid. I mean, you saw what happened after the match. That two guys stepped in, and those two men that stepped in to calm down Mr. McMahon were none other than Triple H, his son-in-law, and The Rock. And after a while, both Triple H and both Triple H and The Rock consoled Mr. McMahon, and pretty soon Mr. McMahon was like, "Hey, why don't we get together in a group?" And of course, The Rock and Triple H looked at each other and was like, "What? Really?" At first, they thought he was joking, and by he I meant Mr. McMahon. But once they realized how serious he was, they agreed to it. But they would also go on to recruit two additional members. And they recruited Rey Mysterio and Michael Jackson. And they would go on to reform the Corporation. Yep, the same group that Vince McMahon led back in late 1998 up to about early 1999, actually mid 1999, and of course it started in late 1998, and it would actually end in mid 2000 actually. But the thing is, it's Vince McMahon. You know, I had to expect this from Vinnie Mac, because Vince has been picking all these fights with various superstars, including Nufi Bonga, and the fact that he went out and somehow managed to convince Triple H and The Rock, as well as Michael Jackson and Rey Mysterio, to join the Corporation and to form it again. I have to give Mr. McMahon some kind of credit, but I still don't approve of what he has done. But they formed the Corporation, and now, I mean, when you have Triple H and you have The Rock, you already have two pillars to work with. I mean, you have two guys that could beat anybody up. And then when you add Michael Jackson and what he's capable of, I mean, you've added a bona fide superstar, and then you have Rey Mysterio, who is the speedy guy. I mean, he's the quickest superstar of all time, and the fact that management in real life is so high on him, that the fact that he sells merchandise to little kids, and little kids do buy Rey Mysterio stuff, so they would be high on Rey Mysterio. And then of course Michael Jackson's one of the most popular singers ever. I mean, let's not discount that. And then you have Triple H and The Rock, who are two of the greatest, or if not the greatest, of all time. And then you have the mastermind behind it all. The guy that made the WWE what it is today, and that is Mr. Vincent Kennedy McMahon. So now that you have the Corporation intact, or now that you have it formed, the Corporation's going to be a force to be reckoned with. Much like the Republic, much like the Four Horsemen, much like the former Assassins, and much like We Four, which includes me. So it's going to get physical amongst us all, and I have a feeling that the Corporation is going to be a handful to deal with. But now we have ourselves a war, at least amongst the groups and individuals involved. But yeah, the corporation has formed. That's pretty much what this video sums up. So other than that, we do in fact have one last recording session before Night of Champions, of which is an event that I'm looking forward to. But until then, this is Staju22 signing off, saying goodbye, and I'll see you for the next show, as well as Donkey Kong videos. So with that in mind, have a good night.